Good morning, students. I hope all of you are fine and you are doing well. Children, today we are going to discuss the another interesting chapter, that is metals and non-metals. So you must have all heard the term metals and non-metals. So we will see what it is. So metals and non-metals are the elements present around us. So it is important to know whether a particular element is a metal or a non-metal. So these materials or elements can be divided into metals and non-metals. Say for example, if we talk about a table or aluminium, or wood, anything. So it is actually what? It's made up of what? It is of metals or non-metals. Or say for example, if we talk about the phone or the laptop in which you are seeing this video, it is also made up of either metal or non-metal. So first of all, we will see what is the location of these metals in the periodic table. So when we talk about metals, so these metals are located on the left side of the step line, and they are solids except mercury, which is liquid. Non-metals, they are located on the right side, and non-metals are solid, liquid or gases. Now I want you to know, as a science students, the another term that is very important, that is metalloids. So this metalloids, what it is, I'll be telling you in detail. So they are located between metals and non-metals. It means they are touching the stair-step line. I'll show you how they are located in the periodic table. So as you all can see, there are three colors. One is with red, blue and yellow. So the elements which is in the red portion, they are they are metals. The non-metal one is with the blue portion, they are non-metals, and the yellow, very few it is, they are considered, they are metalloids. Okay, we can zoom it little. Yeah, you all can see metals, non-metals and metalloids. So children, how we are going to differentiate these two, metals and non-metals? Yes, there are some properties which differentiate the metals and non-metals. So we will see the physical properties of metals and non-metals. So first, in this video we will be discussing some of the physical properties of metals, which is metallic luster, hard, malleable, it is also called as moldable, and ductile. So these four videos we will learn in detail. So first is metallic luster. So if we take an example of an ornament or a spoon, right? So if these two pictures, if you observe it carefully, you will see that they have a some shine in it, isn't it? Are they not shining? Of course, both of them, they have a certain shine in it. So these shine is called as luster. So both gold and aluminium are metals, and so they are called as metallic luster. So this is one of the property of metallic luster, where we say that metals, they shine. The metals which have shine, they are called as metallic luster. Okay, then the second property, that is hard. So hardness is another property of metals. However, there are quite a few metals which are soft, like sodium, lithium, gallium, cesium, potassium. Say for example, if we talk about the utensils or the hard substance, if we if we drop it down on the floor, so does it going to break into two parts? Any utensils? No, right? Because these metals are generally hard in nature, so that is why they won't break it down in two pieces. But there are a few exceptions, like I have said earlier also, that there are a few exceptions which are soft in nature. So I'll be telling you in detail the metals which are soft when we are discussing the exception topics, right? However, these metal varies metal to metal. Okay. Then we have the third property, that is malleability. So malleability, a very thin plate of a gold can be easily broken with the pressure, right? So if we talk about how we form aluminium sheets or copper sheets or zinc sheets, so if I take a hammer and beat them, will they break or will they turn into sheets? Yes, it is an amazing property of metals where the metals can be beaten into sheets, and this property is called as a malleability of metal. So most metals can be beaten into thin sheet, and the example gold, the gold is the most malleable metal. I'll show you the continued slide for this, that is malleability. Here you can see that this property, the property of a substance that describes the ability to bend or hammered into thin sheets without breaking, right? Down in the image you can see the foils, how the rolling ones, right? So you can see that they are just bent and when hammered into thin sheets and they are not breaking, right? So aluminium is very malleable, and that is why we use it to make foil to wrap our food. Other substances, if we take an example like glass, it is not malleable because it would break instead of changing the shape, and wood is not malleable while copper is malleable. Okay, so the property malleability, the another property is fourth is ductility. Now metals are ductile. This means that metals can be drawn into wires, and this property is used for soldering wires, chains, electric wires, etc. Right? You must have also seen copper wire or gold thin wires to make jewelry. So metal by this nature can also be drawn into wires, and this property is called as ductility of metals. So what is ductility? The ability of metals to be drawn into wires, called ductility. There is an amazing fact which I want you to know, is that a single gram of gold, okay, it can be drawn into 2 kilometer long wire, and this is just because of this nature of metal, that is ductility. Alright children, there are some other amazing and important properties which we are going to learn in our next video, and as always we are doing, I made few questions for you all so that you can answer this in your notebook where you were writing the previous chapters answers, and this also you are going to write it in that, and these are answer the following questions. Okay, so we will be meeting in our next video with another interesting properties of metals and non-metals. Okay, till then keep revising, keep studying, and listen the videos again and again for any technical terms. Okay, thank you.